Gentlemen, good evening. For this video, we're going to be talking about the oldest profession in the world, buying used box. Personally, I do not care what you do, especially if you're an older guy. I know a lot of you guys, this is what y'all do. Y'all already set in life. Y'all have y'all money. Y'all have y'all system set up for how y'all do things. This is more so geared to the younger guys because this is being normalized at an alarming rate, and we're going to dissect some of the reasons. And I'm just wanting to warn some young guys about some of the dangers of buying used box. My first point about this subject is it's going to be the bad return on investment and the fact that it's overvalued. Now, we can even look at it in a literal sense about buying used boxes. It just is something that people don't do, right? It's you, if you're about to move, you can go down to your local Walmart and they'll give you their used boxes for free. Yeah, sure. If you go to a U-Haul facility or something like that, a moving place, a place that like you can get a moving truck, they'll have boxes too, but they aren't selling used boxes. Now these boxes, they're gonna cost you a price, and it's because they're unused and they don't have the mileage, they don't have the wear and tear. And a lot of guys, especially young guys, I don't think that we should be paying any price for something that's readily available for free. Now, I said this is being normalized at an alarming rate, right? And it's a few different reasons because of this. Partly is because more like about 80–90% of women are selling themselves now, whether it's through OnlyFans or literally selling themselves on the streets. And part of it is the whole Passport Bros movement, the fact that you can go to a place like the Dominican Republic or Colombia or Brazil and get a beautiful woman for a better price than you would here in the States. Me personally, I believe that as a young guy, this should not be your first option. Even if you do want to travel to one of these places, to go with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna spend money to spend time with a beautiful woman. Your first option should be to use your personality, use your game, use the fact that you've worked on yourself and built yourself up to be a man of a certain stature to be able to just walk up and approach a woman. The biggest danger when it comes to buying used boxes is that it's been around the block. You don't know how many times a night most of these girls are working, and the amount of STDs that are in these places. We don't know the numbers, right? And there's been plenty of stories about guys going to these places, having children with some of these women, or just not using protection and end up catching something or getting sick and coming back, and now they're bringing back whatever they caught there to America. Also, buying used box is a revolving door that leads to no fulfillment. Like, sure, you'll feel fulfilled after each time, but your pockets, they ain't gonna be filled for long, right? Especially if you're a young guy and you don't really have much money built up. That's why I said, like, a lot of the old guys, like, I don't really care what you do or what's your opinion on it. I'm just here to warn the young guys, because I see a lot of young guys, they get hyped to get ready to go to these places, and the first thing they want to do is spend all their money. We've seen guys go to some of these places on YouTube and they end up broke, and now they trying to get people to send them money for them to be able to come back here because they did too much. And also, a lot of these girls, if she's selling used box, she's not going to be a trustworthy woman most of the time. And what do I mean by that? These women will steal from you. You have to watch yourself. A lot of these women are known to drug men. And it's just you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation for something that's not going to bring you long-term fulfillment. Why do you think people keep doing it time after time after time? It's because they keep searching for the fulfillment. I've talked about it in another video. I know a guy, he was down in Colombia. He told me he went there 10 times in 6 months, and it's the only place he wanted to travel. He didn't even have a room. He was just backpacking and trying to get in where he fit in, finding a place to sleep. He tried to come in, like, chill with us, but we're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We could talk to you outside, but like, we see what you own. Like, the only reason you here is to literally buy a woman. Then you getting into a revolving door that never ends. And mind you, a lot of these girls that do sell this used box, they are giving it to somebody for free. Whether it's a pimp, a boyfriend, or husband, somebody's getting what you're paying for free. Now, to me, that's like, okay, you pull up to a car lot and here goes a car, right? It's a car on the lot. You see one guy, he gets the same car as you, but he gets it for a discount. And the guy that's trying to sell it to you is trying to make you buy it for full price. To me, it feel like you're getting a bad deal, right? So why would that be your first option to go buy some used box that somebody else is already getting for free? Bottom line, box is free for men who work hard on themselves and men who put themselves in position to get it for free. And to me, as a man, this should not be our focus. Women, I always say this, women should be the easiest part of our lives. We should not be focused on women. We should not be focused on trying to get our little things wet all the time, because to me, it's not leading you to a success. It's not bringing you any long-term fulfillment. And at the end of the day, you're just putting yourself at risk, because any woman you give that access to you, she can do something to you. You know, she might can say you did something to her, which, like I said, these girls in other countries, they can drug you. They can just put you in a bad position. They can, you know, you exposing them to your life, and, you know, they might tell your wife or tell whoever you got in your family about what you're doing, because this is like, that's why I said it's being normalized. This used to be something like, ask any older guy that entertains this stuff. He's not out here just telling people what he is doing and running around with a camera and showing like, oh yeah, me and this girl, we about to go do this. Like, no, the older cats, they're a lot more smoother when it comes to this. They're not just out here broadcasting it, if you get what I'm saying. Like, that's what's messing it up, and that's what's making it normalized, because like I said in the beginning, it's the oldest profession in the world, right? This video is not gonna stop this profession. So I'm not even trying to stand on that hill. I'm not even trying to fight that battle. I just want guys to understand that this is not normal, especially for younger guys, for this to be your first option. A lot of these older cats, they weren't doing this when they were y'all age. And that's what y'all don't get. They're doing this now because they're older, they're divorced, and they really just don't give a fuck. They're like, shit, you know, get a little young thing to come through and send her on her way, you know. And then you got the guys that are wealthy, they'll say they just paying her to leave and paying her to be quiet. But a lot of younger guys, y'all do not need to be out here trying to buy no used box. It just does not make sense for y'all. Go and get you a woman, use your game, use your mouthpiece, use the fact that you have built yourself up to be a certain level of man. My final thoughts are that the type of woman a man chooses to entertain throughout his life will alter your life dramatically. So this is why tricking or buying used box is something that does not help you. It's not going to help you improve yourself. And yeah, there are other bad habits. You got drinking and smoking, but the type of woman that you entertain will by far be the most important and be the most, like, it will affect your life more than anything.